Hello everybody. Well, I'm gonna do some Easter colors again because those seemed to be a hit the other day. And this is just a very small 2" by 2" canvas. I marked my center and then I did a circle which is about a ½ inch from the center point out all the way around. My idea for this is to do a swirl on the inside and a pattern around the outside, but I'm not sure how this is going to turn out at this point in time because it's kind of small. So we'll see how this goes. I'm using DecoArt paint again, and like always I'll put a color listing in for you. And I've got light and dark shades of paints. So if you don't have a lot of paints, you can always add white and just lighten up 3 colors and do it that way. For my center dot, I'm going to use warm white. And I'm not going to make a super huge one because this is a small canvas. So I'm going to go with a number 6. And like I said, the warm white. Now I need to determine how many around, because if I got 8, if I do 8, that's going to come out uneven. Well, maybe I'll just do 2 colors for the swirl and then I'll add in the other one later. So I'm going to use these 2 colors for my swirl. I'll just call them purple and yellow. I'm going to go with the number 3. Let's see. I don't know how many dots. Probably 8 dots. So if you do like top, bottom, side to side in the one color, you could just go in between the other color. That makes it actually a lot easier. So I did the yellow and then I'm going to do the purple. I always get confused when I do these swirl patterns too, so if you do, don't feel bad, you're not the only one. I find it easier if I do 1 dot at a time going around. Like, I got these every other one now, so let's try and zoom in just for a second here. Okay, so now when you next place them, usually you go right in between, like here, and then here, and then here. So you just gotta make sure like you go the same direction. So here's a purple one, so I do purple there, and then there's a yellow here, so I do yellow, purple, yellow all the way around. So I'm gonna do the next row. And you always just move up 1. So I did 3s, so now I'm going to do 4s. And so I'm going to do my purple. And this is with the number 4. You can't really see, 'cause I'm still zoomed in, but I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. And then the yellow. It'd be easier if you did one color than the other as far as wiping your tool off, but I get lost that way, so I just do it this way. Now I'm going to go up to the number 5. I'm going to do the same thing. So this has a purple here, so I'm going to do a purple in between. And you could do as many colors as you want around, but it's easier if you keep it an even amount. I always love this pattern, but I always get so confused when I do it that I really don't do it a whole heck of a lot. I've really got to have the time to sit there and think about what I'm doing. I think I'll go one more time around because I don't want to get too close to my circle. Go to the number 6. Let me zoom out just a little bit. I keep pulling it off screen. Okay. Sometimes you got to count your dots because they look similar. If you get off track, just count your dots coming down this way. So like here I got 4 yellows, here I only got 3, so I know I need to do another one. Same with that purple. This will be the last purple. And I'll put another dot on that white one in the middle because I don't like that it's white. Probably put a purple or a yellow there. Now I'm going to circle this. I think I'm going to do it with my green I had picked out. I'm using this. It's a little bit darker because I'm going to top dot lighter on it later. And I think I'll use number 5. Now I want to make sure that I end up kind of even. So instead of just dot 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 with them close together like I like to do, I'm going to do like I do the center dot and do top and bottom, side to side, and then split it up so I know I have a even amount of dots going around this. And I don't think I'm going to fill it up too much. Just do like that. So I'll put the 4 on, split that, and then split it one more time. Now there's a little bit of gap in between them. That's okay. I really don't want the little gap, so I'm going to put some smaller dots in there. I'm going to go with just like a number 1. I'm trying to determine what color I want to use. Maybe I use just that warm white color so that it's incorporated a little bit better. So I'm just going to put a little dot in between each one of these. And that's just to fill in that little gap a little bit. I do this a lot to look like I purposely made my dots that far apart instead of, oh, I don't want to squish them too much. If I would have used a number 2, it probably would have been better to fill the space, but some of my spaces are smaller than the others, so I figured, well, I'll go with the number 1. Okay, now I'm going to go with the bigger number dot because I think I'm going to walk some dots around it. Let's see here. I don't want to go too big because my canvas is small. I think I'm going to go with the number 7. And I'm going to go with the purple. And I'm hoping I can go every other dot. Let's see here. I'm going to go to where the small dot is. I think I'm even going to skip one and see how this goes. I might end up having to do every small dot area. But for now I'm going to skip it going around. Hopefully it works out evenly because I tried to keep my dots even. Alright, that worked out good. Now, I wish I would have made another circle around here. You might want to do that if you do this pattern, because I want to try and do like a teardrop shape, I think, to make it look more like flower petals going out. So I'm gonna just do a dot out further, I guess. I'm gonna go down to the number 1 or 2. Let's go to number 1. I want to make sure I have enough room. And I'm going to just estimate this as I go around. I'm going to use the warm white. And I'm going to do a dot coming out, and I'm going to leave it just about that far. I don't know if you can see that. All the way around. So instead of just doing a dot right on top, I'm going to go out a little ways. And this is either going to turn out looking very cute, or it's going to be a mess. We'll find out in a minute. If I had drawn another line out, they'd all be out the same amount of space. That's why I said you might want to draw another line, so you can judge this better than me. And when you're doing this, you want to just go your center dot out and keep going out. Okay. I've got my dots. Now I'm going to try and walk dots that go down and around this. So I'm going to start at this end. And I'm probably going to end up more triangular because that's the way I seem to do it. Yeah, it's going to end up more triangular. But that's okay. It'll still look like a petals. So I'm just doing like that. I start at the bottom because then it's like I'm going around the base of that circle, and it kind of makes it bow out a little bit. And then I just angle it into the dot. That's why I do that dot on the outside first. So I have somewhere for my walking go. Now I'm just redotting these. So they're all pretty similar in size, but you can walk them and then they'd go from larger to smaller if you want to. Kind of doing that as I get to the point. And if you can't tell already, my are a little bit off because I didn't make that line. But not so much that I'm hating it. And sometimes, if it's imperfect, it's actually prettier than if everything is just so-so. So sometimes you just gotta go with the flow and see what happens. I'm not thrilled with the green color I picked, but I got a very pretty light color pink, or not pink, light color green. I'm going to top dot on it. I don't know if I said pink to start out with, I meant green. I got a more limey green. I like using the darker colors on the bottom and then lightening it just a little bit. It gives it that more 3D looking effect. All right. And I think I'm going to encircle that again. I'm going to move up just one and go with the number 2. And I'm going to do that yellow color around that too. So I'm going to just do my top dot all the way around. And then I'm going to bring those down too. I always do this first. I want to put some more dots in those gaps because they're too far apart. But I always do this walking down the petals before I do that, to see how much space is left in between and give myself plenty of room. Because I've had where I've put dots in there and then I didn't have enough room and then it looked not good. And this, I think I'm just going to walk down. I never can get enough down there. I should be doing a larger tool and then a smaller tool to look at more even. But I'm doing this one late at night and I don't really feel like doing that right now. So I'm trying to keep them rather similar in size rather than walking them actually down. All depends on how lazy you are that day. Yep. Kind of small on me. Here we go. I'm always excited waiting to do my top dots because everything comes to life then. Right now I'm not thrilled with my coloring, but I know the colors I picked for on top and I know it's going to brighten it up. So I'm excited to do that. Well, impatient, I guess I would say. Alrighty. Now I'm going to go with that green color again because I don't have much in there. And I want to do kind of a bigger dot because I want to be able to top dot on it. I think I'm going to go with number 7, and I'm going to place them out far enough so they don't overlap. So towards the edge here. My paint's already drying out. Might not look fantastic now, but when we top dot, it's going to look better as I spin this around. Okay, so I'm going to keep it kind of like rather out on the edge, towards the edge of the outside. Okay. And then I want to add a couple smaller dots in that. I think I'm just going to go with the number 1 because they really get small spaces. I'm going to go with the number 1. And I think I'm just going to do a few yellow dots going in. But I think I'm going to go with my lighter yellow instead of the darker yellow. So I got this other yellow color. I'll move these out of the way. This banana cream I'm going to use. And I'm going to do some top dotting with this later, so it's not like it's going to be out of what we're used to seeing here. And where I could put the number 1. You're number 1. Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to walk some dots, like, about 3. Depends on how much space you have. If you can only fit 2, then put 2. If you could fit 4, then put 4. Mine's 3's pretty good. It all depends on how far out you put your green dots. That one I only ended up with 2. And people won't notice if you have 2 or 3 or whatever, as long as they all look, they all have dots going that direction. That's all they're going to notice. Alright, now I'm going to do some top dots, and I'm going to start out with that banana cream color on the darker yellow and that swirl pattern in the middle. And I'm going to use the number 2. And you're going to kind of make these gradual too. But these are all pretty small, so I'm going to use the number 2, I think, just for all of them. I dot the second to the smallest one first, and then top dot that first one with what you got left so you have less paint on it. And then you can redip for the other ones. And I did all with the number 2. I didn't lay it down, but I know I said it. Here's another, I'll lay it down here for the next row. Okay, now I'm going to use this. I got Purple Cow, which is lighter than the purple I used last time. Then I'm going to top dot my purples with. I gotta find a spot to put that. Okay. And I'm just using the number 2. And I'm doing the second to the smallest, tapping the smallest, and then redipping for the other 2. And I'm just doing these inside ones, the swirl pattern for right now. I might go a little bit larger for those outside purples. I think I'm going to use this same color and the same number. And I'm going to dot in that center. Yeah, I want a little bit bigger. I don't like that. Yeah, I'm going to go up to a 3 for my center. But I'm still going to use that purple cow color. I just want my center dot a little bit bigger. Okay. Now let's see. I'm going to go up to the number 4, and I'm going to still use purple cow. And I'm going to do those purples in the flower petals. And now I'm going to still use the number 4 because I'm going to do those outside dots. But I've got this sour apple color I'm going to use to lighten those greens up a little bit. I'm going to go in and do those center ones too, but since I had the number 4, I'm going to do that first. This didn't turn out as Eastery because my background's black. If I did a lighter color, it would look way cuter as far as Easter goes. Now I'm going to go down to the number 3, and I'm going to do those center ones. That whole circle. You could even do the number 2 if you wanted to. But I want more of this lighter green color with just a little bit behind it of the darker. There. I think I'm going to call that good. I think it's rather cute. Let me get closer so you can see it better. Just a cute little flowery design. I hope you all like it. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.